So
You don't respect Travis?
not at all.
Why not?
He stole my music before.
Oh, I remember you told me this.
Yes,
not-
you got a story for this one, bro.
I don't.
I had to get my desktop. I had to plug that shit out out of the wall and then just like run outside.
So we had what? It was USB-C,
Yeah.
plugged into the HDMI, plugged into the VGA,
Exactly.
plugged into the projector.
Yeah. And it was just like, it worked for like a hot second and then it was just like, nah.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Nah, this is too much
false.
overloading.
check. Dang, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah. You guys got the
never did
good
a
mics. I
podcast.
got the Goodwill
Your
mic.
shit sound loud.
No,
as hell.
here's my thought process behind giving you the Goodwill mic, right?
Check.
You got the best voice.
Yeah.
I got the deep voice. Yo, it doesn't pick up the lower frequencies.
I EQ it later, and it sounds better.
You just, just normal tone.
Yeah, I just talk like this all the time.
to talk like an anime character all the time.
Oh, you know you.
I thought about that. Like, what if I was like, "Hey guys, what's your name? My name's Tristan," and then just like talk
Damn.
like, and then be like, would they think I'm like mentally deranged?
Yes.
They would just
Yeah,
think you're a
because
little
you sound
autistic.
like the weird kids in
No
high
offense.
school.
Yeah, like doing the.
I love people.
Yes, yeah, that's what
Doing the
I
role
think of when I hear that voice, dude.
I'm
You know,
hilarious.
have you seen the NPCs? Like the live NPCs? They're just like,
I don't
Thanks for
know
the
why
follow.
this is
Thank-
becoming a real concept. Like that shit is
It
mind-boggling.
Fried, dude.
thousands
It's-
of dollars.
It's literally like psycho children went into the mind states of grown people. Like
Yeah.
it's trippy.
Yeah.
But like, who are the people donating?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying,
Who-
too.
Who is that?
Is
brain
it like
dead?
bots, like AI, just like damn, this human is acting kind of like me? Like, is it AI, just like, just
Maybe.
That's an
imagine,
interesting concept. I haven't thought
Maybe
about,
it's a lot of
thought about that.
just,
They could be
just
bots.
imagine you're AI and you can go on the, and there's AI that just goes across the internet learning shit all the time.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So just imagine, what if you just learn how to earn money anonymously as an AI, and then they just enjoy like weird AI shit. Like,
Yo. Or even setting up an
AI
AI.
just stealing our economy.
well, it's just like
That's
humans
crazy,
acting
bro.
like robots.
Yeah, because there's the videos
sick.
you can like deep fake like AIs to do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What if someone's just like programming all these different accounts to making these like fake AIs,
sure.
but they're real AIs and they're just making bread?
All
That's
I know is,
crazy.
bro, I watched some like press conference of dudes like, yeah, man, let AI take over and like, we'll just get beers, go to the beach, and let AI do all the hard work, and everybody just parties. I'm like,
Yep,
yeah.
and that's how you get to the dystopia.
Dystopia.
Yeah.
I gotta check if I'm recording because I genuinely don't know if I started recording.
Oh, shit.
Dang, it's okay. That was definitely scary. I don't know if I'm holding it. I gotta hold it like this.
I'm
That
going
sounds
all
clear.
everywhere.
Check.
Was it?
Check.
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Check.
Whoa, I guess that's a good introduction point.
Yes.
Welcome to the Highly Sober Podcast.
We got Ejaaz. Let's go.
Yes, sir. I've been looking forward to this podcast for a minute. I ain't gonna
Yes,
lie.
bro. We planned it. We said we were gonna do this forever ago, and then finally, bro.
You said my name too correct. Thank you. That was
Ejaaz.
crazy. Yeah.
First time I
Ejaaz.
thought it was Ejaaz.
Yeah, it was because I just went with it because America. But then it's like my dad definitely was like, "Your name is Ejaaz," and I was like, "Okay." But I
Is your
kind
dad
of
God?
to it. He sounds like Earl James. Oh, was it sound like What was that? The guy in the sky, Mufasa? Was that Mufasa?
Morgan Freeman?
Nah, it's James Earl Jones. My dad sounds like James Earl Jones, but my mom sounds like a fairy, like a little mythical creature.
Then so you're just
Beautiful.
enjoying childhood.
Yeah.
Got the lows. You feel me?
Well,
But thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artist, visionary, photographer,
Randomly.
everything, bro. This dude just like pulls out the box, like, oh yeah, I just did this and did that, and then it's just like,
be
I saw
honest.
War Hunger the other day, like no light, no light shit.
I'll be getting chosen, bro. It'd
Yeah.
be literally serendipity.
Serendipity. You got an album coming out, no?
Yeah, I got an album coming out. It's called Dandelion.
Yeah.
The Dandelion, and yeah, that's what it's called.
Does it for real have a children's book?
Well, that's what I'm working on. So I have an illustrator, and I'm like, I already pretty much wrote the book, but I kind of like co-wrote it with AI. Ooh.
Is it this for the album?
Yeah.
So what's the concept of the album, and how does it relate to the kids' book?
So the concept of the album is basically like all my albums kind of just pertain to whatever like the lyricism is just kind of where I'm at in life, what's happening in my life. But the overall theme that I'm trying to cultivate with, the experience of the album is like, everybody there's 3 stages to the dandelion. There's like, when it's yellow, it's the sun shining, it represents that. And then when it's the ball, like a perfect circle with the little seeds or whatever, it's like the moon. Then when it spreads, the seeds spread, it's the star. So it's kind of like my last album was called The Dark Star, and I called it that because I was kind of like shining in a dark environment. Like not a dark environment, but I was working for like YSL Young Thug, and you know how that is going crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just like I felt like I was transmuting all the negative influences I had around me, and I was like the first time I talked to Islam, I was meditating. So it's like, so transfer from that. I thought I was gonna do a mixtape called 500 Days of Meditation because I did 500 Days of Meditation, but I didn't put it out yet.
Buddha shit.
No,
You sat under the tree.
I sat wherever. You just gotta imagine other people as you. But back to what I was saying, the dandelion is basically like I'm a Leo. I'm always happy. My mom is always happy when she like wakes up. I'm a morning person ever since I was a kid. So it's like, it's kind of like a lot of different angles. Like I'm a happy lion. I'm a dandy lion. I think dandy even means like fly or dapper and like certain, if you look in the dictionary too. And then it's like, yeah, it just ties in with kind of like the Dark Star theme, but kind of continues it. So I just wanted to create something that was provoking in a way where it's like, you know, you're not just listening to the album, you're getting, you know, a story and experience. So it's more so just
that's
about
the artistry behind it.
But
I really appreciate it too. Yeah, like when artists do that, they have like a whole like trilogy of albums, and I can see that with your catalog. That like it's always a progression.
Bro, sometimes I'll be on autopilot when I look back at my music. Like I have an album called Ideal, and I'm like, that was like to people like my best album. Like a lot of kids tattoo songs still from that album, like, and I made it like 12 years ago.
Yeah, is that real? Like dudes really like tattooed your lyrics?
That shit is scary because I don't know.
How did you feel when you found out?
The first person tattooed it, kind of felt like spiritual density. It was just like, bruh, like well, it didn't. It happened after. Like I would say, my very first EP was called Ideal Blender. And a kid told me he didn't commit suicide, and I was like, "Whoa, that's kind of heavy." Then another kid's friend, he was like, "This artist named Draco. Draco McCoy. He came up to me. He was like, one of his friends heard my song Let It Go. And he's like, he didn't commit suicide. I'm like, why do people keep telling me this shit, bro? And I'm listening to Kid Cudi, like, yeah, I love Kid Cudi, saved my life. But then I'm just like, damn, I'm making music, and I'm like, kind of got the same, I don't know, I have the same kind of resonance with people. So I'm like, fudge.
Was Kid Cudi like a? Of course.
I was just making sure.
No cussing.
You can bleep it out.
This PG. No, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, respectfully.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but
be respectful. I'm in your house. You feel me?
For sure. Did you look up to Kid Cudi a lot?
That was my first concert with my first like real girlfriend. Yeah. The girl I was dating at the time, her name was Sid Cudi. So she was like in love with Kid Cudi.
Sid Cudi?
At the time, yeah. So I was like, dang, bro. And when I finally went to my first concert, it was a blast. But, you know, it was like he's a totally different artist now, I feel like, than he was then. But he was just so fresh and honest that if, you know, I was into alternative rock and shit. So, and also I was raised on like more like foundational hip hop. So it's like once he came out, it kind of made sense to me, like the rock and the hip hop, the purity of the hip hop, but the purity of the rock at the same time. Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm always been a big fan of Kid Cudi. He was a little bit like, I was a little bit after his era, but still like I listen back to all the like Man on the Moon projects. Those are still some of my favorite albums.
Bro, people like regardless if they listen to him now, he went diamond also with what Pursuit of Happiness. Like he's not no normal artist. Like he like touches a part of the human like spirit that I don't think a lot of artists can tap into. Like that's why Kanye signed him. Like that shit crazy.
Yeah,
think about it.
You've been making music for a minute though, like since like high school.
I mean, I've been making music my whole life. Even before high school, I used to like freestyle in the car with my dad and my brother and my sister, like on the way to school. Or like my dad would make us like make beats with him. He had a whole studio. He had beat machines. He had thousands of CDs, thousands of records, turntables, just Rhodes keyboards, like so much stuff. Yeah. So I just grew up in a house of music. So I feel like I never stopped. But it kind of was like subconsciously, it would just be like, oh, hum some shit. Yeah. Be like, oh, and then I went to different gestational periods. Like when I was in middle school, I did like 20 books of poetry. Like, you know, it's like you just go through phases with this shit and you keep creating. So yeah. I ain't stopped.
No,
I ain't never gonna stop.
Yeah, some of your projects would be from like 2010.
Yeah, like some of my first projects. I think 2010. Yeah, you did some research.
I did. I always research. I gotta know who I'm interviewing before.
No, I respect it because I'll be like, bruh, that's tight. I would do the same.
For sure.
Cognitive.
I saw something too.
What?
Like you posted on Instagram. You was like you made the Dandelion like album cover like years ago.
Well, I didn't make it. I had commissioned the idea to my good friend Kestrel. Kestrel is like an amazing artist. He's from Indianapolis. He went to school for like creating kind of animations and stuff. He's just a realm of like, like if you look at like how Harry Potter books look, or if you like read Series of Unfortunate Events, or like if you just read like books with chronicles and some fairy shit, like he just draws like there's a world in his head. You feel me? It's like somebody who makes a comic book.
I always appreciate those type of people, like people that can really just like draw and just like put their entire mind into the paper. I can't draw for shit, and that really pisses me off. Like every time I draw, I mean, I'm sure I could learn, but like I just wasn't born with the natural ability.
Yeah, depth. I hear you, and it's like I don't know. I knew him from my DJ, my DJ who passed away. His name is Blah Boy, or his real name is Easton. He passed away, but I met him through Easton, so it was kind of like I saw him progress in his work. Like I didn't even know he did art for years. I just saw it one day, and I was just like, that feels like how I feel like I am on the inside, like all the mythical shit. I feel magic. I've always felt magical as hell my whole life, like my whole life.
Mystical, bro. You walked out, there was like fairy dust out your mom, bro.
Bro, I just been happy as hell, and like
that's how you gotta be, bro.
Yeah.
Like I realized that like probably like not too like a few months ago, where I was just like, why not just be happy all the time? Like you can shift
your vibration,
right?
Or shift
like
your polarity.
I used to say like I was depressed, and I don't think like I think it's really just a mindset like, oh, I'm depressed, then I'm just gonna do this, or you just get stuck into this trap, this circle of just going like, oh, since I'm depressed, I'm doing this. You gotta break out of that. You just gotta be like,
I concur.
It's a
I'm
big
just
mind
here.
over matter thing. You just stop.
Like I'm here and I can influence my environment. Wait, I can make anything happen.
Yeah,
and just do it.
That's what my dad used to tell me as a kid. And the weird thing, I mean, he would always say normal shit your parents should say to you, but most people really don't receive. It's just like the programming at a young age that you can't do anything you set your mind to. It just takes the will. You know what I'm saying? The will of the heart. And my dad always tell me like, follow your heart. And then the more Egyptian and stuff I study, it's like that's like a root in the Egyptian philosophy. Like your heart got to be lighter than the feather. You know what I'm saying? Like
you study Egyptian philosophy?
Yes.
So
I did it in second grade. I'm educated.
But there's so much Egyptian stuff in America that they just cover up and bury and shit.
Right.
So much stuff.
Do you know like Utopia? It's a lot of Egyptian. That one album cover he had, there was like the weird like triangle thing. That one freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie.
All I know is I'm probably gonna be controversial, bro. Like all I know is I just don't respect that guy. So
you don't respect Travis?
Not at all.
Why not?
He stole my music before.
Oh, I remember you told me this.
Yes, you got a story for this one, bro.
I don't I don't want to do it, but I have to because I've been around him multiple times in the flesh, like at the studio and stuff, and it's like I feel like God. I remember when it happened to me when I figured out that my song was stolen because it wasn't me who told me. Like it was like my fans, like hundreds of people tagging me, telling me like this is your song, and they was slowing it down and fucking. So it was a thing where I met Travis. Remember when Kanye started his tour in Indianapolis? You remember that?
When
it was
this?
the Pablo tour, maybe. Was it the Pablo tour where he was standing on the stage?
I have no idea.
Y'all don't remember that?
I wasn't in Indianapolis yet.
Oh,
I was
okay,
still
I'm
in
about to
Michigan
say.
City.
Well,
Yeah.
Kanye, I think it was the Pablo tour. Kanye started his tour where the floating stage where it was like moving back and forth.
Yeah.
He started in
I saw a video of
Indianapolis.
that.
Like the first day of the tour was in Indianapolis. So I was like, oh, I'm going. And at that time, I was on the cover of Pattern Magazine. So I randomly got chosen to be on Pattern Magazine. It's like a magazine in the city. It's an international magazine though, and they celebrate a lot of our creatives. So basically, I bought my tickets. I'm like, finna go see Ye. I had the greatest intentions to like. I think I met A$AP Bari on the way in, and the crazy thing is I met up with A$AP Bari later, like years later with Slime. So it's like it just be really weird circles. But anyway, I'm at the concert. I'm like, oh, the concert was crazy. He did all these weird sounds and shit for like 30 minutes and it ended early. It was crazy. Like he fucked up the whole, like they was fucking up. He was mad. And then I left and they was like, oh, Mike Dean's going to be at this club. I don't know if it was Revel or something. It was like
Mike Dean so bad.
And Pattern was throwing the event. So they, I guess, paid Mike Dean to DJ at their club or at the club they were
expensive.
renting. I could imagine. I was like,
Right,
man, this is not the Mike Dean right now with the diamond. I don't know how many hits he was working with Selena. So you don't know how many hits Mike Dean got. But do your research on Mike Dean. But I was gonna say like, so Pattern's throwing it. I'm thinking like, oh, maybe I could just see if I can get in the club. They for sure let me in the club for free. So I'm like, cool. I have my hard drives on me. I just got off my second tour nationally. So I was like, one of my songs, which was my hit song from this album I dropped called Little Darling. It was called Right Now. It was like I was already like I think 30 or 40,000 up on SoundCloud. It was going up. I got it on the radio. Like it was going crazy. And it was a new wave, a new sound with Trade the Future. And basically, I had on a hard drive my whole mixtape, so I was like, Like I'm in the club, I see Mike Dean, I see Travis is there. He's wearing a Supreme box logo, blue Supreme shirt. And so I'm like, cool. Like I know people in the DJ booth. I know everybody around Mike Dean. I'm like, I'm about to get up to the DJ booth. Cool.
Right.
As soon as I'm getting in, they lifted me up in the DJ booth. Like Travis is leaving. So I'm like, all right, go. And I try to like, and I've met him before. I've opened with Juicy J with Travis before. Like I, like the first picture on my Instagram is me and Travis. Crazy.
Bro, you be posting pictures. You be like, here with Metro, and I'm like, I'm like, yo, like what? I'm on a plane with Young Thug right now. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Life is serendipitous, bro. My name mean miracle. Should be miraculous as hell.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I really cannot.
I'm a hard believer in side quests. Just side quests. And dog, you are the fucking side quest fucking king, bro.
I was just talking to Keon just about side quests. He's like, bro, it's just just gotta go on side quests, bro.
Side quests,
but
life is about the side quest. Fuck the main mission. Side quest.
But I'm saying the side quests damn near like give you more gumption, you know what I'm saying, for the main quest. So it's like it work out. You play adventure games. Yeah. But I feel like, okay, back to the story. He leaving the club. I'm like, oh, this is my moment. And I'm thinking he already know what I look like. So I'm like, we opened before. But I'm saying when I got that picture that you see, if you go and look at the picture, I had to literally, like when I first met Travis, I had to shove this nigga because he kept dodging me. Like he was dodging me. Like to not take the picture. Yeah, we're on the same stage waiting to perform. And I was just like I got my Polaroid camera, I'm finna get a picture. Like, try to get the picture. He like, you try to tap someone on your shoulder and they're just like, you ever seen somebody do that in a circle but like spin? I was like, oh no. So I was like, bro. And I grabbed him. He was like, what? He was like drunk on lean. I don't know what he was like, bro. It was Quintana days. Like it was like
he was fried.
Days before rodeo. He was fried as fuck. And I think it was like, all right, let's go. Let's go. So you can go look at that's literally what happened. I barely had a conversation with him. So next time we in the club, I'm like, oh, I see him in the it wasn't a shirt, it was a hoodie. Box logo hoodie. Supreme, he leaving. I'm like, hey, take my hard drive. Like, hey, people rushing him. I'm cool, so they let me pass. I give him the hard drive. He like kind of look at me, just like taking it, like just kind of walks off. So I'm like, bet. A couple weeks later, I'm watching like MTV or whenever MTV was still lit, like TRL or some shit. And he was on there. I'm a fan. You feel me? I like his music. I like the texture of it. I liked what was happening at the beginning of it. Like it was really good music. His texture of voice is really the main thing. But he was talking in an interview like, I'm working on Big Sean's album. Like, wow. I'm like, damn, you working on Big Sean's album? I love Big Sean. Like, that's lit. So when Big Sean album came out later that year, it was the one where it's like two people. He like old dude, and the like, Oriella Borealis at the top and shit.
Oh, the purple and blue one.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called right now because I damn near suppressed it from my memory because it was just such a painful experience. But it's like I bought the album because I love Big Sean. I was listening to the album, and then when I got to the song, it's called "Owe Me," and it's a direct copy of my song right now. And then I was like, I listened to it, right? I'm listening unbiased. I'm like, damn, this is fire. This sounds like some shit I would do. Like, man, Big Sean is on it, bro. That's crazy. Like, then I wake up the next day and it's like 150 tags or some shit like on a video. And this guy named, shout out Wild Style. Wild Style, like the elder of the hip hop scene. He definitely be looking out for us and stuff as far as like photography and he also be lit in the city council too. So, or just in the city, so shout out Wild Style. But he's like, oh no, like I gotta send you the video. It's funny as hell. He's like, I know this person not steal, or Big Sean did not steal Ejaaz song. He like playing it. He looking at the BPMs. He looking at the wavelengths of it. Like he going in, and people was like, damn, this is your song, like tweaking. So I'm like, and I copyrighted. This is the only song that I started like it's copyrighted. I could sue this niggas now if I wanted to, but it'd just be like. What is that really gonna do for me? Like,
not a fun side quest.
It's not a fun side quest, and it's an expensive one
go
too.
Through court too.
I gotta get a hey, somebody want to help me? Hey, but my shit copyrighted. But that's why I'm saying copyright your music, and also do your BMIs and all that. But anyway, I look in the credits, right? I'm looking at the credits, and I'm like, bruh, that do not say additional production by Travis Scott. I was livid, bro. And then it was like Mustard, and I've heard stuff about Mustard, and I've heard stuff about Travis, like multiple different times of them stealing people's like kids' shit, like on their best albums. Damn, they're like stealing shit. So regardless, like fuck this industry, bro. This shit bullshit. At the end of the day, it's like all smoke and mirrors. It's perception. They're wielding perception. So it's like I've literally seen so much curating of perception. And at that time, I had management. That was around the time I dropped the song called Naptown because my DJ just passed away. And I was sad as shit. Like that was like my like hopefully I can get in the industry and work with somebody that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just show you like they're looking for the next survival tactic in that space for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Travis wasn't who he was now. So it's like I can understand. You know, I have the polarity to look at it from his perspective as well. But at the same time, could I ever say I would have done that? Never. So that's the type of like, I feel like you have to know yourself. And from what I hear, like a lot of people, they don't care who they step on or they don't care. Like my mom was going through chemo at that time. Like I needed the bread. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I remember just writing on Twitter like, yo, Travis, I'm the dude who gave you the hard drive. Whoop. I remember posting that as soon as I left the club type shit. And so just
Your
weeks,
response?
Of course not. But I was saying weeks later, I was just thinking, and I'm like, he did say. So I'm talking to Big Sean, Big Sean's producer who's on the track too. And I'm like, I'm DMing him like, bro, there's no way. Like you hear this is exactly the same beat, drum pattern, everything, bass line. Like Big Sean's even singing my melody. So I'm like, did they go in the studio and be like, you should sing it like this, like how did my melody get in, like Big Sean? What the fuck, bro? So I don't know. But then I heard some shit recently about Big Sean and Quentin Miller. So I'm like, I don't trust nobody, bro. And I done seen Big Sean before in real life. So it just be like, I feel like at that moment I told myself I will it. You feel me? I was like, I will it. I'm gonna see this nigga. I was ready to be combative though, but I was like, I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna see him. I just remember like, bro, I was hardening.
It's on sight.
No, I was hardening. Like as a person, there's just so much bad stuff going on in my life at that time. So I was hardening. Like I was like the music I made. Like I think I even dissed him on his own song or some shit. Like I was just going crazy, and somehow I pulled myself together and kept it kosher. But at the same time, it's like that was always the vision. Like I'm gonna see this nigga one day. I'm gonna see this nigga one day. And I did.
How'd that go?
Multiple times.
How'd it go?
Oh, you know.
Did you address it?
Of course not. You know why?
What?
Because I feel like God give you what you want just to see if you can handle it. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have, like this was the first time I seen Travis at the studio. He, like, came through a door in the A room, and I was behind the door because I was, like, chaperoning the room at the time. Because when you first start the studio, you have to kind of, like, just be around and do shit for people until they are comfortable around you. They don't know if you're a weirdo. They don't know if you're a fan, which I wasn't. I wasn't even a fan of none of them when I came there. So it was just like, this is probably like a year or so in. I'm just like, I'm normal, but I'm still not engineering or recording people like that yet. I'm just like 9 months. I didn't have nowhere to stay. I was staying at the studio. Like I was just like, it was literally
Which
like living there.
this?
Oh, it's called Crosby Studios. Crosby.
Word.
Yeah. Shout out my boys, Bangs.
So,
Yeah.
no, you've been in the industry for a while though, no?
I would say I've been in the industry probably I would say officially like getting plaques and actually in the room and watching like 5 #1 albums get made, like 3 years. I was definitely like in the industry for 3 years of time, and I got to see, like I said, from Slime Language to what was the other one? So Much Fun. I got to see all those albums get crafted.
That's fire.
Because you got credits on some pretty big songs.
That's big. I would say albums more so than songs, just the bodies of work. But yeah, I got decent songs. I got a credit on DS4 with G Herbo. I met G Herbo at the studio. That's one of my favorite rappers. Shout out G Herbo. But I met G Herbo, but I got a credit on that song, and I was there for literally like all these songs. And I think I got a credit on Punk on another song. But even before that, I got on Billboard writing for what's his name? Dave East. I wrote a hook on one of Dave East's mixtapes. They got on Billboard. So it's like, you be around, bro. Should be happening. People try to sign you. It gotta make sense.
Yeah, I asked that to say, like, is it as cutthroat as it seems? Like, is it?
It sounds like it, bro.
It does sound like it's niggas stealing songs and shit,
bro.
And
even I heard stories of just greater artists than Travis. Like even I've heard a story about Kanye being in an Eminem studio and taking the drums when he was a producer. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard, but it just be like, how could you know unless you just like, damn, that's my drums, or like,
yeah.
So it just be happening. Like I've heard so many stories, but I've even seen like Travis' old manager talk about the dynamics of how he rose to how he is. So it's like, I just don't respect it. And at the end of the day, like I always kept it righteous with my dynamic. So it's just like, if you choose to step on others and take others' creatives, like things that come from their spirit, like that's crazy to me. Like it's really the most it's just the most disgusting thing I think you could do to another creative who just wants to be able to commune. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's just crazy.
That's the stuff that makes me second guess, like even wanting to get involved in because I just dropped my album. You feel me? And I was
Bro,
like,
Yeah, congrats, bro.
Thank
Big
you.
ups
You
on
listen to it?
both of
I
you,
haven't
bro.
listened to it.
I'm just
I haven't
saying-
listened to it. I'm gonna listen to it, y'all.
Bro, you're
I'm
on the
buy it.
album.
I'm gonna buy it. I listen to
You're on the album.
I know, but listen, I've been grinding, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I haven't even listened to no music, but I usually buy all my friends' albums, so I'm gonna buy
Right.
your shit.
Oh, word. Appreciate it.
I'm just saying, bro. No pressure. My favorite song on the album.
Really?
It's so good, bro.
Really? You
bro.
was there though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, when we made it, I knew this shit was gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Pressure, baby.
Because it was at the end of his session, and I was like,
great.
I was like, yo, like I got a song, like, and he was like, hey, cool. I'll sit back, and I was like, all right, bet. I
I
recorded
don't
the
see it,
hook.
but good. I was
Yeah,
like, what you saying,
I
bro?
recorded the hook, and I had an empty verse, and I was like, yeah, you wanna hop on? He was like,
You cool, bro. I feel like that's all I wanted from the people around me at a young age. Like when I was like, if I saw something and I'm like, oh, I could see we have similar like artistic like mediums. Like we be balancing mediums. You feel
Yeah.
me? So it's like if you see somebody who's multidisciplined, just be like, oh, and it's gotta be vibe. I'll just fuck with you. So yeah, cool.
Appreciate
Like,
it.
Yeah,
and
I'm
if it's the
happy
vibe,
have
you
me.
fit the vibe heavy. Like it completes it for sure.
Thank
Yes.
you, bro. I was like, that's what a feature is supposed to feel like. I feel like it's supposed to make it feel like, you know, the effort of the actual whatever the song structure what we're talking about. Like it's supposed to be a thought.
Yeah, it completes the
well,
story.
yeah, thesis. Like,
Yeah. I've been getting a bunch of DMs like, yo, I love No Pressure. That's my favorite song.
bro,
Like,
your tone on there crazy though. You
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, that one hits,
Yeah.
bro.
no, I was like,
seen
damn, I
people,
did okay.
Send screenshots. They're like, listen 22 times. I'm like, damn, bro. Damn, bro, is it that
Pressure
serious?
make diamonds.
But through all that pain and refinement, until cleaning this bitch, I'ma try it.
Nigga said through the water.
Yeah.
Trident.
Yo, but nah, I love that song. I can't wait to make more.
Gleeful.
But the album's been doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah,
Like, a
so
lot of-
it's
Keep
been
promoting,
what,
bro.
3
Yeah.
days, 4 days since you released the album.
Yeah, I have a content schedule lined up for like TikTok and stuff. I've been like that kind of anti TikTok. I just really don't want to post, but I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
And then we made like a short music video for the interlude. And it's still working on
Content
that.
Yes.
schedule, bro.
Dude.
Teach me what the fuck.
Dude, you gotta
Excuse me,
get
I burped.
a certain amount of songs, and then you gotta pick out 4 of the songs or whatever, and then you gotta like post like 20 videos for this one song and see which ones pop off, and then you just like a tree, like just tracing the roots. Like, okay, well, this works. Okay, then do that here.
You do that?
here.
I don't fucking do that
Okay, I'm about to say with my song, I would say the best song I marketed was 333. I learned how to do like when I saw Lil Nas X, I learned how to do memes. So that shit was like 800K.
Go viral.
Yeah,
Bro.
that one popped off the most, right?
Well, I would say that, and then my second one that I learned how to market, I was like, okay, Kingdom of Hearts. I got this song called Kingdom Hearts, and I started making like videos because that's my favorite video game. And actually, I have a mixtape called Chain of Memories that I did with the Antidote, who's signed to TDE. So he's been working on all that, but he's from NAP. He's from NAP,
Yeah.
but he signed to TDE like right when Isaiah did. So I've literally had that relationship, but just not been able to like work with anything. So work with me, bro. Let's make some shit.
Oh, not talent. There's a lot of good creative people here in that.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Natural.
everybody wants to just like, I don't know, like they want to be the one. They
Of
want to be the
course.
one to make it out.
But
and
the
it's a
thing-
team effort though.
I
Like
know
it's
it's
like everybody can come up together. Like it's not,
Indubitably, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I literally like since I started making music, bro. It's always been a thing of like crush. I'm gonna rise. Like even if I've helped people in a friend way, and then they'll be like, oh, you want to do like it might be a big artist you know from the local scene. It'll be like, oh, you know, it'll be like, hey, bro, like. I fuck with you, do a feature, and I just met you, but I like you, so I did a feature with you, right?
Yeah.
Then it's like, hey, a year later, I'm like, hey, bro, you might be doing your thing, you might have a lot of momentum. I'm like, hey, bro, I need you on this song. You just like, all right, bro, 500, bro.
Never.
I would be like,
Hell no,
but
that'd be some
happened to
crazy
me.
shit. That would
So
be some
stop
crazy-
that shit.
If I ever say that, bro, I want you to fly over and just uppercut me for that bullshit.
All I'm saying is like, if I'm more tenured in the space, you feel me? If I put in more relationship building, all that in the space, and you're building off the relationship of me having me, you know, it's all equal at the end of the day. Like
it's
you
not
said,
all monetary too.
It's not
Yeah.
monetary. It's literally like I actually like you, and I like what you're doing. You feel me? So that's the exchange of like it's an energetic exchange.
Yeah.
So it's like if I give you my respect, I really, really mean it. Like that's what the thing is. And it's like to think that you turn around and act like you don't respect me is weird.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that happens a lot, and there's like the old head versus young head thing where nobody wants like my style when I started here, bro. Like. People only started comparing me to Juice WRLD when Juice WRLD came out. Niggas couldn't compare me to nothing before that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
I know a lot of people. They were like, "Oh, you're the Kid Cudi in that."
Bro, respectfully, I love Kid Cudi. So as long as it's hidden and you not committing suicide, I'm great.
Okay.
Thank you.
How was the local scene in Indianapolis changed, do you think, in like last 10 years?
I would say I've been gone about 5 years. So the 5 years I was here, I would say, it's just always going to be somebody who's has the energy, or maybe doesn't have as many responsibilities, that has the most time to gestate, what's truest to them at the time. So it's like, it just be different, waves of what people were raised on, what they like. So I would just say it's just different niches, and like, because when I was coming up, it was like jerk music and different, and then it's like, how do we evolve past this? Like, it's just like, I'm sure y'all had trends when y'all were growing up that people was like, oh, I'm gonna try to rap like this. But then it's like, when did you find your voice? Like those type of things. There's a lot of kids that find their voices, I think, earlier than a lot of kids from my generation, because like I came up around the time like Flacco was like one of the first people I met in the indie scene. Flacco.
Flacco's bored?
Yeah, Flacco.
Oh, shout out, bro.
But he was like
Waka Flocka. I thought you were talking about Waka.
No, I love Waka Flocka. But like I came up during like Flacco, and like used to be an artist named TAG. He was super sick. And this Meth Coast energy, and I was like Eagle Tug. So it was during the Tyler era, where you kind of had to have like a crew like dynamic, or like a crew rage or song. So it was just like the cultural influences mixed with the local influence. It was a beautiful time, for real. So I couldn't imagine what it's like. I see like some young kids now that are really fire, like amazingly like fire at a young age, and it's like I might follow them and they don't follow me back, but I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm just excited to see what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, cause you're from Indiana, you're tight.
Facts.
So
a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
I think I'm tapping into my voice and like how I can use it, because there's a lot of unreleased songs. Yeah. There's a lot of unreleased songs that I was like, this is cool, but it's just like not. I don't think it's me.
Yeah, I can tell you're learning. You learned through the whole process of making your album, because when you were starting, it was more like, okay, I'm putting vocals on this beat. It was like I was just like, yo, I like this beat, and I think I'm gonna try to rap on it. That was the most. The songs that came like right at the end of your creation of that album, it was like, those are the ones that I was like, oh, he really knows what he's doing now. Like your voice fit really well. Like Bouquet, that one, it fit perfectly.
I think that was the last one I recorded.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it just, you started learning how to piece it together with the vocals and the beat and everything working together. So good job on that shit.
Yeah. Y'all lit friends, bro. That's tight.
For sure, bro.
I feel like when I was coming up, it was almost like I had a lot of people trying to seek dominion, I feel like, of what I was trying to create at that time. Like a lot of people was into like more like creating like a gang dynamic, and I was trying to create like an art collective dynamic.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I was just like, I think that met with a lot of like just like pushback, just because like I had enough magnetism to materialize it, and it actually was working. So it'd be like, I feel like, I don't know, it's just different, bro. Like everybody has their momentum times, you know what I'm saying, where you're doing everything right, and that's the thing is to keep doing what works.
Yeah. So
that's what I started to understand about the process with the Kingdom Hearts album too. So it's like, bro, as long as you know what works with your voice and what beats work, not just what works for other people, but what works for your artistic expression at this time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you know what your fans want, then that's always going to be a compounding interest.
I think what I found it was my ad lib, I'm gonna call it my signature ad lib, but it's just I'm just going
Bro, that's so funny.
Times I heard that in the studio, bro. I'd just be sitting there, you're recording.
I just like all the different variations of the and
bro.
But it works so well with
I probably got one in every key on my computer right now.
Yo, we should make a beat out of
Yeah. No, I did like that in our song, but it's like the subtle things that would make you unique. But I was gonna say, like, bro, when I started making music, like even when you go back on my Bandcamp, like my first songs, like I was always going
Yeah, I noticed that.
Weird as hell. But now I see other people doing it. I'm like, see, I should have just kept doing it. But it just be like, it come up when it come up.
Yeah,
you feel me?
For real.
I think with music, you just do it. You do what you want, bro. I mean,
dude, have you heard Yeats ad libs, like
bro.
raw? Like he be making like he be going crazy.
But it be working.
But it works.
Yeah. He just in the flow state of whatever he's drawing that energy from, is like, whether it's, inebriation or whatever.
And he knows what he's doing too. A lot of people are like, oh, it's mind-numbing music. It's
not. It's actually very lyrical. It's just like, it's the tonation, and it's like a caricature. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like how Thug has different voices or Cardi has different voices. It's like caricatures. And I could see he combined a lot of like popular ideas, like how Thug and him like slap all that stuff. Then he like combined like tonation, like I don't know if you heard the "To Be Birkin Bag" by by Thug and Lil Duke. I think Duke is free, but Free Thug. But they got this song called "To Be Birkin Bag," and they talk like they be literally going down in their register. Like that was like the first artist I heard that. It's almost like you're creating a character while you create. You feel me?
Yeah. No, there's this. Have you heard this new JPEG Mafia? I think it's an EP. It's called
Danny
Stop.
Brown?
Yeah, yes, but Danny Brown.
I haven't listened to it, but I heard it's very like new, just energy.
Dude, like entirely new, like new music. And I was like, I feel like the state of music was dry for a while, and I was like, everything just sounds the same. That's where I really thought about Utopia. I thought Utopia was just like.
I didn't listen to it. Obviously,
like Astroworld was just like so much better, I think, and it just felt like Travis didn't have much else to say. But speaking on that, Circus Maximus, his film just dropped today, and it was like live on Apple Music. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either, but
I will.
I want to, because it's like, the only reason I think I was magnetized to the space to even be around them is because I had let it go. You feel me? So once you let shit go, but now it's like it's burning me back up, because I'm like, oh. But like I said, when you're in the room with people, would you rather sacrifice the relationships you're building for what you really want to do to a person? Like, exactly.
It's not worth it.
So I feel like God definitely allowed me to will some shit into my existence, like multiple times, like, and when I least expected it too. But it'd be like, bro, I know he's a great cinematographer. Like, Travis really is good at videos and like photos and editing and stuff like that. So it's like, I can imagine it's pretty much like it's probably gonna be, I wouldn't say similar, because I've heard a lot through the grapevine that he has a lot of similar dynamics on the beats as Ejaaz or whatever. Yeah. But also I'm thinking it's like, you remember when Kanye came out with his film with the Phoenix? Like, I bought that shit on DVD. Amazing. I watched it like eons. Like, bro, really? What y'all need to watch to become a greater performer? Which it changed my performance level like entirely. Is like my auntie bought me Kanye's VH1 Storytellers performance. Watch that shit.
I should know it.
That's like the epitome of his emotional state after his mom died, and also like just how he was performing the vocal. Like, even with the auto-tune, it was like you gotta watch the VH1 Storytellers. It'll make you like a way better performer.
Really? Yeah, I've only performed I think like twice.
Yeah.
So I loved it though. Performing was really fun. I really want to do it again. I'm hoping I can get some shows on USC campus. That's my easy. Yeah, I really want to start a collective. Like, I posted on the USC Snap story. I was like, yo, y'all heard this new Tristan?
USC damn, that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, and then people did stream it, and they were like, yo, this is fire. They were like, this is you? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, this is cool. And I was like, I make beats, like, we gotta lock in. I was like, bro, we should make a collective. And so we're getting that going. Like,
that's so fire, bro.
Just making that, and then I want to get some shows, because there's a lot of like celebrities that come perform at USC campus too. Like, Gucci Mane was there like last year.
But just imagine how much rich kids go to that school. Not say anybody's rich or not rich, but I'm just imagine how much money comes into the school and how much funding they have.
Oh, tons
for different things that they want.
The spoiled kids, I don't know, man. They're gonna get on my nerves. I already know.
I mean, not like, they're assets if you really try to imagine. Like, if you build relationships, even if they are a little bit like obnoxious, it's like
they're gonna say something and it's gonna be like, oh.
You got to think about their programming though. So.
Yeah. You can't, because it's not entirely their. I mean, it's not their fault. They were born into.
That's why I like
this majesty that they were born into a palace of everything's perfect and they have everything outlined for them, and here's the school you're going to and all that. But they're people too. Like,
that's what I was saying. But I literally was in the space like at the studio, and I met like people who I obviously like a kid who sold watches, and he was super cool, but he was literally like acting like he was there to engineer, but he was just there to sell watches. But he was super cool, and I learned a lot from him, even though he said a lot of the wrong things at the wrong time and said a lot of like maybe misogynistic crazy shit just because he's like a rich kid who was like going to China when he was 16 and shit. Like crazy shit. But at the end of the day, you just gotta look past like the like, what does it say? I was trying to say I like Kendrick's label name is Program Language, because it's just talking about coding, and as we get more into the simulation with AI and everything, you can tell like everybody on a program, bro. Like, he was talking about NPCs, like everybody on a program, bro. And it's like, I was programmed with a dad who told me to follow my heart, and some people was programmed with nothing, nobody there. Some people was programmed with, okay, we have all this afforded for you. Oh, you need whatever, I got you. Okay. And then they get enabled. You know what I'm saying? They're in an enabled mind state. So it's like, some people can learn from you more than you can learn from them.
For sure.
And they can be an asset to you later if you just learn to treat them with a little bit more patience.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like you said, the rich kids, they're just people.
Yeah.
Like if you get past
I'm not saying they're vile creatures.
No,
or anything,
I know, but
like, they do be annoying. I ain't gonna lie. Some shit be like, why did you say that? That's crazy. Why do you think like that? But it'd be like,
you just gotta learn to just
I'm
find
not the
them. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're gonna like you, bro, because you got magnetism. So it's like adverse. Some people never experience any adversity in their life.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. And my thought too, I was like, what if I do become super successful, get all this money, and raise my kids? And it's like, okay, well then they have no adversity after that, like, and then they don't do anything. So
I think about that a lot.
Like, I don't want, like, I want to give my kids great things like that I didn't have growing up, but
not to enable them.
Exactly. I don't want them to be. I want them to see the world for how it is, like a true vision, which is gonna be super hard in the future.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got
ADHD. No, you good. But it's gonna be super difficult in the future to even nowadays, just trying to guide your children in this day and age of technology. 50 years, well, I'm not gonna have kids in 50 years later. 15, 20. It's gonna be entirely different.
It is.
That's why I'm going to school for the next age of technology, so I fucking can understand this.
Yeah. Nah, bro, I'm literally coding now. It's like it's just interesting. Like, I was gonna say in the long term, bro, like when it comes to like kids and shit like that, it's like you don't want to enable them, but it's like how Steve Jobs didn't even let his kids use iPads at all. Like they weren't even allowed to. Yeah. So they only were allowed to read books that create a cognitive imagination. Then it's like when you have kids, you're not trying to limit their experiences at a certain point, but you're like, I think this guy named Davi, who's a rapper, is an African rapper. He's from Africa. His dad is like a billionaire, and he was like, he didn't know that he was like, my dad drove a Toyota. Like, I didn't know we were rich until I was like 16. I didn't know we had billions of dollars. Like, wow. I literally didn't know. So just imagine how much character building he had prior to ever feeling enabled. It was like a blessing to him once he figured it out, because cool, like, we've been normal as hell. Like, but that's how it should be. Watch this shit about Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, like, worth $350 million, still ride the train, still, you know, it's like J. Cole, like, up behind him. It's like, bro, it's possible to be a human. You just can't let the tool of money be like a thing that you feel like separates you from your experiences as a youth or who you were as a man prior to the money.
Go stream Diamonds and Jewelry or
D&J. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs on there, D&J. It talks about that, like, when I first started getting money, I was just like, oh, I want to buy all this cool shit, like designer and jewelry.
Frivolous.
And like, yeah, they're just like, oh, I have access to all these things now. This is so fucking raw. Like, I'm going to be the coolest nigga around. But then I was like, well, like, why? like what? Does that really bring me value in the end? I don't think so.
No.
So it was just like, that song is just my two
Duality.
different perspectives on that. Like, I still want it, though. Like, I still want to be fly.
I mean, it's all about, like, that's awesome. I'm going to definitely check in and listen to the lyrics deeper. But I feel like, bruh, it's just like, as a person who, like, I remember myself at y'all ages, and it's like, you know, you think everything is like frivolous and fleeting because, like you said, you can get money and you can buy frivolous things. And I wasn't too frivolous, crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just like being frugal and knowing, like, being grateful for what you do have, even if you do have a surplus. It's like it helps you when you in those moments of like major transition where it's like a major opportunity, you're able to fiscally handle it, as opposed to just being frivolous, like buying weed all the time, buying dumb shit, you know, taking girls out to movies, and when y'all could just chill.
That's the thing too, like, bro. I would spend so much on dates.
Me too. It's just like I'm a real chivalrous ass motherfucker, bro. I can't help but open the door. Like, I can't. My mom and sister would never like even enter.
Were you raised around a lot of women?
I mean, I had equal amount of men, but yeah, definitely, I have a full family of matriarchals.
Yeah. I was raised around women, so I was like, yeah, manners on 10.
No, it just be like 10, bro. Decency at a certain point.
That is true.
But
yeah, 100%.
Just
that's aware of feminine tendencies as well.
Just human respect.
Yeah.
Like,
I open the door for men too.
That's funny. Hey, I mean, I do hold the door for an old dude if I see him coming behind me. Like, bet. It's not even a big deal, but it's just like, that's something that I like, especially in LA, bro. You're gonna see. You gonna see, bro. Nobody really got manners like that, like in the Midwest. Like,
you ever been bought flowers?
Yeah, actually, Shorty bought me flowers before.
I got one time I got flowers, and I was like, wow, this is.
What about you, bro?
I don't think I have, bro. I don't think I have.
Most men haven't.
Yeah.
We're outliers here.
All I know is, bruh, like, treat others how you want to be treated. That's all. If you wanna be treated chivalrous, it's a dynamic to where it has to be reciprocated in the female dynamic. I don't know what the female word for chivalry is, but if that is even a male word, but
I don't think it. I think it's
equal,
both.
chivalrous.
Yeah, I don't think it's a gender.
Yeah, I'm about to say it just always is in reference to men, so I just never heard it in reference to women, unless I guess you're just another. Unless you're like a different, you identify as something different.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. It's like you said, everything's equal. You gotta earn everything's earned. So.
Yep, earned, even wisdom, bro. So, like, I used to read the dictionary feverishly because my dad, he would use big words all the time, like words. My mom never used.
Bro was studying. He was like, "Shit, what does this mean?"
My dad would have me listening to like all the fucking methodical, lyrical, miracle hip hop, like De La Soul, but it's good music, like De La Soul, like A Tribe Called Quest, and
I listened to a bunch
I was just raised on that. Like I was raised on. There's a great album. My dad's favorite album is called Main Source, Breaking Atoms. You should look at that album. It's really smart rap, but it's just like I go from that to like listening to like the Yeahs or like Panic at the Disco or like Fall Out Boy, like all that era of music, and it's like the combination, or Hawthorne Heights, the combination of that is like kind of where my music sits, like very melodic but very lyrical, but also like emotional as hell. Just like, so it just be like, I don't know, you get what you're influenced by, but you can also wipe yourself and just start anew in another direction. So
I was raised on a lot of like Sunday cleaning music. So R&B, Destiny's Child.
That's fire. My mom played that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Not shit.
All
awesome.
That, a lot of 90s. A lot of 90s stuff. But I don't know if I see a lot of that in my influence when I'm making music. Because I think a lot of my artistry comes out when I'm doing like jazz beats.
Yeah.
Which is like, I didn't listen to jazz like growing up.
But
like, I listen to it now.
Jazz is powerful. Like my dad said he used to listen to Miles Davis, and his uncle used to be like, you deep, man. But it's like when I made my albums with The Antidote, he sampled a lot of jazz records, and it pulls the most human aspects out of your experience, out of you, like rapping over soul beats with jazz. Like you listen to Tyler Creator, like there's a certain texture to his chords that's jazzy. For sure. So it's like it pulls a certain.
Because jazz is just like improvisation. So it's really just like it's just coming out. It's just raw. Mm-hmm. So that's why.
Yeah, you feel jazz. You don't,
bro.
You don't just perform it.
Just is.
Yeah,
you perform it,
bro. When you see jazz, real like tenured like OG jazz musicians play, they're literally like on autopilot with feels. They're just like feeling each other.
I can't imagine
sonically. Pause.
Yeah. Nah, getting lost in your instrument is a different feeling though. My friend told me the other day, he was like, he was on shrooms, and he just sat down. He's a really good musician. He went to school for music composition, classical music, and he's a great musician, and he plays this piano beautifully. But he was like, I was on shrooms, and I was just sitting there for like 30 minutes with my friends in the back, and I turn around after 30 minutes or however long it was, and he's just crying. He's just crying because how beautiful like the melodies he was playing. And I can imagine it was fucking insane because just him playing sober, I'm like, damn dog.
Bro, y'all don't know. Yeah, but also like shrooms just make you cry in general. Like it make you tear up. You don't even know why sometimes.
I took shrooms once.
Oh yeah,
I didn't cry.
Oh, I'm just saying
I was like very, very happy. I've
been there too. I'm saying like I don't know. Maybe it's just like depending on where you're at in life. Maybe. Yeah. But I feel like sometimes you involuntarily, you could be happy and you just be like, nigga, why am I crying? Like, why the
happy
fuck am I crying?
Type beat,
no, literally. Like,
no, I can see that for sure. But, and I can see how it can go bad quick. Mm-hmm. But my first and only trip, it was great. It was great. I was just in my room and it was just like, I was just like appreciating myself. I just was like, man, I'm doing all right.
I made some trippy, crazy, great music on shrooms before. I don't know if you heard the song I made. It's new, but I haven't even made a video or nothing. But it's called "The King Is Approaching." I did this song like so shroomed out of my mind, bro. I felt like I was like during meditation, I have like seen. I feel like stuff from a previous life, as far as like sometimes I'll be seeing like glimpses of shit. Sometimes when I meditate, I seen like hieroglyphics in like a tomb, like walking in this tomb and shit, like in like deep and like going deeper. It's trippy, bro. Like, but then it's like when I was on shrooms, I started to see it again. So I was like, bro, it's trippy sometimes when you parlay with metaphysical plants on this earth. It's really like you can remember a lot even from stuff that you're not supposed to remember.
From past life?
Yeah. But I was saying meditation was the first time I ever experienced it. But you have deja vu at times, but it's different when you feel like you look at your hands like, nigga,
I'm a vessel.
I'm a person, but this isn't my body, but I feel like it's my experiences.
Yeah.
Trippy.
Very trippy. Very trippy. I've watched a lot of videos about that. I like watching psychedelic video essays. Those are like my favorite.
Video essays?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Bro, video essay, bro. That's the entire we can look through my fucking recommended on YouTube.
So people just sit there and I've seen people sit there while they're on shrooms and they're like,
there's those.
I like watching those sometimes because it's interesting, but I would probably never do that shit. I feel like you can't exploit the spirit, bruh.
You be talking about video essays all the time. I think you brought this up like multiple times.
Essay?
Hold on, let me go to my other account. It's on the other account.
Oh, so people just like don't write no more. They like just video.
Well, they do. They write
no periods or punctuations.
They write it still, but they just like record it and then they have like image and video to go along with it. So
okay,
like,
that makes sense. You're talking like a montage.
Yeah.
Montage of images with the vocality.
Okay, well now that I'm on here, there's not a lot of video essays, but there's like this one like something weird is happening in hip hop.
Captivity.
This one's like my experience on LSD. This is YouTube is spreading a filmmaking disease. Like it's just like 40 minutes videos. They're just like talking about random shit.
I'm about to check that.
Or
shit
the
out.
psychology of the fool. 40 minutes. Or dude, what is this?
The fool. That's a card, ain't it? And tarot or some shit.
Yes.
I had a weird. Oh yeah, somebody.
Are you heavy into tarot cards?
No. Honestly, my ex that I dated for a long time, she was like, even when I was like heavy into my Christian underpinning at the time, just because I was raised Baptist. Like when she introduced that aspect to me, I was like, I don't need that shit because I know where I'm going, type shit.
Yeah.
And then I think later in LA, she had bought me a tarot reading because her mom did tarot. But then later, she bought me a tarot reading for one of my birthdays, like right before I started working at the studio. Before I dropped Kingdom Hearts, and the lady was like, and the crazy thing is, the tarot lady lived right under my building on West 6th Street. So it was like she just in there. So Shorty brought me down there. She like, oh yeah, you're going to get everything that you desire this year. I was like, I already know. Like I was so sure of myself because I was meditating so much. I was like, I already know. I was working out, meditating. I was like, I know. Like I already know. And Shorty was just like, 5 is your number. I was like, oh yeah, that's my life path number. How'd you know that? She was like, oh, it's just in the. I was like, yeah. My dad Ben told me about numerology as a kid, so it's just like I was unfazed.
I know more than you.
He was ahead of the readings, bro.
Bro, I was on her ass. She was mad, but I was just like, at least you got paid. It wasn't my money, but I just don't allow kind of like other people's vision of my shit to infiltrate my shit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can't let anybody.
Yeah,
else
if she right, she right. But like,
but I know I'm gonna be right because
exactly.
I'm doing that work. Like you just a lady telling me some shit, and I could probably believe you, but I'd rather believe myself. Like I would just state that power inward as opposed to looking for outward appreciation or outward direction. Like, bro, that inward shit crazy. Like, I know I sound like I could go ebonics, I can go intellectual, but it'd be like, bro, like I'm a dude. I just be talking in dude terms most of the time. So it's just like I literally be like, I know I'm damn near childish though. I'd be like, bro, like. Sometimes how Kanye just like, bro, listen to the kids. Like I understand, bro. Yeah. I'll be like, bro, listen to the kids, bro.
Gotta listen to the kids.
You just gotta just
kids the next wave, man.
Be free,
I was just working like this summer. I was working with the youth, like 14, 15, 16, teaching them how to like make beats and stuff.
That's sick.
And they were fucking dope. And there was these 2 kids. They were really into it. Girl, I'm not gonna say their names, but a girl and a boy. And they were fucking dope, and we're just like, I was sitting down just teaching them how to use FL Studio and Logic a little bit, and they were really into it. They were like, I want to do this. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, bro.
I wish I had that as a kid. That's lit, bro.
Yeah, they were funny as hell though. Like
kids grow up, bro. They're like teenagers at like 6 now. It's kind of scary, bro, because of the internet. But it's like at the same time, they're so aware and cognitive that they can be more adept at things a lot earlier, just because of how much interfacing with technology they already like
when like they're born and then like they're 2 years old and they're operating iPad perfectly.
No, like
what the fuck,
bro. My little nephew 1 and he just be like, now he knows his way around. It's
like you just navigate it, and then they're just like in 10 years when there's like everything's like. Have you seen the Apple Pro Vision headset?
Yes.
No.
Okay, well I'm gonna be working with that in like a month. like all the like like they're like, oh, you get here's Apple Provision, you get to design stuff in there. I'm like, fuck yes,
bro. That's the
so
crazy
excited.
thing. When I went to college at Heron School of Art, IUPY, and like I had scholarship money for the first year. I could cover my shit with scholarship money, but then the second year I kind of ran out of scholarship money like the first semester. Then I started taking out loans, and I was like, but we just doing all prerequisite courses. So if one thing somebody would have told me, bro, is like do your prerequisites at like your community college, like. You know, for your first 2 years, do your little shitty, like, and they're going to be cheaper. They're going to be so much cheaper. As long as you keep your grades up, like, you don't have to take on that debt, incur that debt. But, I mean, you're already in there. You good. But I'm just saying, like, if anybody else watch this, like, do your prerequisites.
Well, you don't have prerequisites, right?
You don't? You going straight
my
in?
major, yeah, it's just, like,
That's
straight
sick.
into, I mean, I have, like, every semester I have to take, like, 2 general educations,
That's not bad, though.
But yeah.
The whole
like,
year being prerequisites is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I get straight into it. Like, my first class is like, it's like Innovators Forum, which is like different big company owners or problem solvers of our generation that come and do like a TED talk and tell us about like, oh, these are the problems in this area, like we need help with, like y'all can help us with this. And then there's like another class, like extended reality design, which is what I'm really excited about.
Extended reality, that's trippy.
That's motion graphic. There's a class for motion graphics. First year is really just finding about like what type of technology and what type of art do you want to pursue, and I already kind of know, so it's like I get to just hop right in.
Streamline, bro. Yeah, I wish that was how my college experience went, but it just felt like a bunch of bullshit. Like,
yeah, that's how I felt. I did not want to go to school at first because I was like, dude, they're just gonna teach me a bunch of bullshit that I don't even want to know, and Cash was like, bro, you don't need to fucking go to college, bro. You know, we're doing this shit right now.
I still stand by that.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't need to.
You definitely don't need to.
You damn near could just get a trade and like do whatever and still have time, you know, have money and time to do exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's why I was saying relationships is what really is about. It's a melting pot of relationships.
And that's what I was telling him. I was like, yeah, but like, okay, yeah, we're doing it now. We're running a studio now, and like we're doing videos and stuff, which is fucking raw. But connections, like I'm getting these $90,000 worth a year connections,
social capital,
exactly. And that's timeless.
It's worth far more than money at the end of the day. So that's why I was like,
and for the free ski, it's like
for it's you flipped it around, because if you're paying for extra classes, that's backwards. You are getting into your experience that you want for free.
Yeah,
so it's different. Yeah, bro. I'm very blessed, though, bro.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Respectfully, like
I don't know.
I think by the time I got out of high school, I was like smoking weed and drinking too much. And then I was like, I'm just going to go to this college. And then it was like, I didn't even party in college because I already partied so much junior and senior year.
I partied a little bit this year.
Too much.
I did not party at all junior year. I was really like, I was pretty locked in.
Yeah,
but this year, like this summer, and like I graduated a little early, so I was like, I had to celebrate.
I graduated a little early.
So I had to celebrate a little bit. But
respectfully, bro, that's awesome. So happy.
No, but these kids, I feel like they're like way fucking smarter than me though.
Don't ever think that.
You can't think that, bro.
But
that's gonna put you at a disadvantage.
I know. But no,
I understand the feeling though. Going to a bigger school and a new place is gonna feel intimidating, but don't sully your intelligence.
I'm sure I have my own respective, like I'm smarter in these areas, but these
the thing is, it's not about smartness, it's about experience. Like
that's true.
You can't compare smartness because they just do different things than you, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the thing too. We get to collaborate. Like I'm stronger in these areas. They're stronger in these areas.
No one's supposed to be compared to each other.
Yeah,
I respect this.
Yeah. I'm excited though. These kids are fucking dope. No, but you went to school, like a non-traditional school.
Yeah, that shit was miraculous.
Yeah, you want to talk about it? 1500.
Yeah. Shout out my teachers. Shout out James and Rance. My senseis. That was my mentors. Like I just I got to LA. I was like networking my ass off. I was working with all these different producers. I was negotiating. Like I said, I almost got signed by this Diamond songwriter. Her name is Stara. I just couldn't take the deal because it was just like wasn't enough money, and it wasn't. It was for too many years.
How many?
Ridiculous amount. Like when they say, okay, when you read a contract and it says it's 3 years. If it say 3 years and it says with the possibility of, and it has in parentheses, if it says terms, if it says 1 term, it means another 3 years. So 6 years. If it says 2 terms, it means
9.
Exactly.
Wow.
I said, what the fuck is going on in this bitch, bruh? Y'all crazy as hell.
That's how they get you, huh?
But it's like you get the lawyer, right? you get the lawyer, the black lawyer who went to Harvard, who's all like a hard ass and into like financial shit, and he's like doesn't feel like he has any cultural influence from how you grew up. You like meet him at the nice restaurant in Malibu, and he's telling you like this is how it's got to go, and then you have like another lawyer who's like nobody know about the second lawyer because she's just your friend that's a lawyer. Then you checking that lawyer and you telling him to add addendums to the contract, and you like he just want 5% of your shit. You know what I'm saying? The lawyer just want 5% of your shit habitually if you blow up. Like he like, I'll just do the work pro bono, like just to give me 5%. I'm just like, oh, that sounds good. And then it's like, okay, I got a manager 20%. It's like, okay, I'm already missing 25%. Then Shardy come in with the contract like, oh, you're publishing. Oh, half of anything I do, even if I drop it under my name, my residuals will go to her. So it would be like, damn, y'all getting like 75% of my shit. Yeah, like y'all tripping, bro.
Yeah, that's
like
the thing too.
80% damn near if I would have looked the lawyer. So it's like lawyer getting mad at me because I'm not like obeying what he thinks is best because I have another lawyer checking the shit. Like, nigga, I'm not slow. And then so regardless, I was going through that at the time, and I was like so distraught. I felt kind of defeated at the time because I didn't take it. But at the same time, I was like, I know God gonna bless me with something else. So I just stayed listening to binaural music, like binaural free, because I wasn't even listening to no words. I was just listening to binaural music, meditating, working out every day, going to my job, looking for opportunity. And I saw that my friend at the time, his favorite songwriter, his name was James Fowler. He told me about him when we were in New York a couple years prior. We were like out at Fred the Godson studio, like R.I.P. Fred the Godson. He's a good rapper from New York. But we were out there, so I learned about James Fowler. I never knew who he was. So when I saw that he had a school, I'm like, yo, it's my roommate. I'm like, bro, we done known each other a long time. I'm like, bro, your favorite songwriter making a school, like,
hell yeah,
like you need to apply, bro. This is like your shit. Like this, your songwriter. Like he, like, yeah, I don't know. I've never listened to his music, but I respect him because you told me to, like, basically. So I'm like, hop on that. I wasn't thinking of it as an opportunity for me. I was like,
you just referring a friend?
Yeah, I was like, literally, bro, this is like your dude. This he never applied. So I was like, I'm talking about, I was badgering for a minute, like, bro, do it. And it's like we in the same rooms, everything. We in the same apartment. He just wouldn't do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm finna do it. Fuck it. Like I just denied a deal. I know, and a platinum artist stole my fucking song. So I'm like, bro, I'm good at making music. I'm good at people tattoo my shit. I'm good. Like I know I make compelling work. So it's like, why not apply? So I just basically, you can watch the video on my Instagram. I was just like, I'm tired of people trying to like basically undermine my intelligence when I'm in this industry trying to be like pure hearted. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people see me. I know I come off kind of like a gullible guy. I kind of come like without the grill. I have nice teeth. You know what I'm saying? It's like I come off like, y'all want to work, like damn. But literally, I'm analyzing everything. Like psychologically, I'm looking at if you tell me a lie, if you're looking to the right or left, I'm analyzing everything.
No, I get the same thing. Like I show up all smiley and then they're like, oh, it was this little kid.
He's a dumbass.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just trying to keep the vibes, but like, I'm keeping it cordial, but like, I'm still clocking the room. I know what's going on. I'm clocking the energy
and I'm clocking the, like, I know when somebody's trying to seek dominion over my mind state. And like, it was just weird, bro. Like you might get in LA, somebody want to sign you, they'll send other people who they're friends with who make music to try to befriend you, to try to figure, like it'd be weird, bro. Y'all niggas weird.
I got secret agents on this
bro. All I'm saying is like, it was weird. So anyway, yeah, I'm just like, bet I do the video, and they just say all you gotta do is post a video to your Instagram. So I was like, okay. So I made a little 30-minute second, whatever. They said they had like 3,000 applicants, bro. I'm talking about 3,000 applicants. They chose 20 students.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's why I was just like, bro, my roommate, I'm like, bro, you could have been that. I wish it was both of us in there. Like this, literally, I didn't even feel like it was for me. So just for me to that's why I was saying seek opportunity, but know when you should just, even if you don't think it'll work. Like, so about, I would say 6 months passed and nobody hit us back on the email. I'm like, is this really a real school or is this like not? Cause it's like the first time they ever put, like they were starting a school. I'm like, so I'm like, bet this might not even be real. Maybe they capping. Like, I'm like, then I got the emails from the people that are like, oh, you've been chosen type vibe, and came to the class the first day for orientation. They were super awesome. It was super warm. The building was super nice. Like if you go to 1500 in Inglewood, like it's right by the airport. You get off the airport, go straight there. Across the street is Snoop Dogg's compound. It's like, it's a vibe, bro. It's like
for the people that don't know, what is 1500 Sound Academy? Okay,
yeah. So 1500 or Nothing is a legendary group of savants. You know what I'm saying, in their own right, as far as like instrumentation. There was like, they had basically a band. You know what I'm saying. They had a drummer. James would sing. Rance would play keyboard, do all, they were like a band together. And I think they said they used to play for like Bobby Valentino was like their first gig. Then they went on tour with Snoop. So it's like they started little, but they said it started by saying like, we all was trying to eat and survive. So it's like, if we got, 500, we got five people, is that? Can't count. How you do math? Five. Okay, it's 3 people in the band. They like, oh, we got 1,500 or nothing. We 1,500, but we need at least $1,500 to do this. Like, to be Bobby Valentino's whatever.
Yeah.
And they was just like, all right, he got them the money. So it's like after that they was like, we're not going lower than 1,500 because just the fact that we have to survive, and they were raised like they grew up with Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey was their best friend, type shit. Like they grew up in the same neighborhoods and stuff. So it's like the first day we meet, if we go there. Oh, this is the second day, the orientation. Then we come the second day, they like sign these paperwork and stuff, and it's like, we meet Nipsey. So I didn't know all that. I literally just, hey, my friend told me about James Fowler. He sound like a magical guy. I'm just gonna apply this shit. And lucky at 20, like think of the odds of that, bro. And I'm talking about I would meditate every day. Like visualizing like what am I wearing the first day? Like for 6 months.
Oh, it's like first day of school type vibes.
It wasn't
had
even,
the outfit laid out, got the shoes.
It wasn't even that because I don't remember what I wore. But I'm just saying like just the visualization of like I'm in the space. I'm shaking hands with people. I'm in the space. I'm shaking hands like every day. Work out, like meditate for an hour straight. Like visualize these images of the same things or maybe variations of the same thing. Because I did it with the Diamond contract shorty. I did that. Like I was like, imagine like me and her manager, and I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He who should not be named. But it's just like I done went through the shit in the industry where it's like people try to take advantage of you, and I found the few people in the industry that don't want to take advantage of you. Is that shit all? I don't know. Are y'all camera on?
Oh shit.
What the hell?
This is the dark. We're in the dark. You can't see.
I think you stepping on it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
Y'all good.
I was just looked over like, damn, this is the best part. Y'all missed it.
No, yeah. Sometimes
you
it be
good.
shutting off. It's got like a 30-minute timer on there.
No,
Damn.
it wasn't even that, bro.
Oh, wasn't it?
It's good.
It just said there was an error. So.
Oh shit.
Is the memory card maybe?
Yeah.
No,
It's good. Yo, does it still have to fall?
It should. I'm gonna check.
Do.
Yo.
We got it deep in the combo. And you got it on your phone? Maybe that was the error.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he has like the controller on there so he can just like boop boop. And
Yeah,
so, like,
I've done it.
minutes.
Yeah, I have that shit on my phone. Sometimes it do be causing a little connectivity. Should I keep the story, or should I stop?
Just put it on pause.
I don't even
for,
remember
like,
what I was
just real
talking
quick.
about now.
Yeah, I think.
You was talking about going to the gym and visualizing everything. Yeah.
Visualization
before it happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That's real.
It's not even like I believed anybody. I was just like, let me just experiment. Let me just experiment on myself through these like, and I didn't even tell y'all why I started meditating. I started meditating on a mountain like 6,000 feet up on this mountain. That's the first time I started meditating. And this is before any of the visualization stuff. This before 1,500 anything. When I first came to LA, I had an Ethiopian friend that her name is Michaela. And it was my friend. I grew up with my best friend Sage. Shout out his daughter Valentine. But Sage is my best friend. Damn near like my brother, like my protector, my homie. Like he always was there when I need him type shit. So it's like, and it's funny because they say Sage keeps shit away. But
hell yeah,
bruh, it's like he was madly in love with this Ethiopian girl, and I don't know if you want me to even tell this story or whatever, but her name's Michaela, and it's just like young love. You see your friend, and it's like after that person, they don't work out. It's just like, it's like your first heartbreak. I feel like that's what he's seen me in my first heartbreak, like in the lunchroom crying and shit. And then it's like, I seen him, he's real deep, like he really loves shorty. So it's just like when she moved to LA, it's like he went out there to see her. He was on that farm. I didn't know he went to that farm, whatever. So anyway, bro, it's a farm in San Bernardino close to a Big Bear Mountain, 6,000 feet up on this mountain. And she was just telling me this is like 5-6 years before I ever moved to LA. She like, hell yeah, she's a cool ass, like she's adopted, but she's just a cool ass person, like spiritually, like very grounded. She's just like, yeah, man, if you're ever in LA, like I'll give you a job, like just on some cool shit. So I was like, I just thought about it after I had a couple miraculous things happen to me when I first got there. And I was just like, I hit her up. She said, yeah. And I was just up on this mountain. Like I had to take one train, like 20 minutes. And I'd take another train for 2 hours. Then I would take another Uber, like $60 to $30, $40, depending. Go up this mountain, your ears pop. You're just like, bro, it's like you up in the clouds and shit. It's crazy.
That's gotta be cool. I've always wanted to be on top of a mountain. I went to Colorado not too long ago. I just saw them in the distance, but I didn't actually get to go up there.
Colorado's beautiful, yeah.
It is. Oh my god, I went to Denver. And
I love Denver.
Yeah, Denver's a really nice city. I would stay there. I would damn near might live there eventually. Like
it has the best sunlight of any state, so that's why I was thinking about moving there too. But I got friends out there. But to no avail. This is the story, bro. I was on the mountain, and you can even look on my Instagram when you see me in the clouds on a mountain. Like, it's shit crazy as hell, bro. It don't even make sense. But I get to the fucking thing. It's like a basin. So it's like you go all the way up this hill, winding up this hill, and then it comes to a part where you can go up, straight up, or you can just go veer, and it's like they have a gate. So I veer, and you go walk down this like rock path all the way down into like this kind of like an ecosystem in the mountain. Like it's like a little cavity in the mountain that's just like full of trees and like persimmon trees, apple trees, pomegranate tree, like random shit. And they got these 2 big ass twilight ass wolves. Like their hands, like paws is bigger than my hands. Like they like really half wolf, half like Siberian husky, but they was more wolf than like husky. Nigga, they were huge, like Twilight.
Damn,
like, crazy shit.
How close were you to the wolves?
I'm just saying, like, those are their pets. Like, they just got 2 pet wolves. Like they're actual wolves.
All right, yeah.
Like, shout out the wolves. Like, y'all is the coolest wolves I ever met. But at the same time,
I hope they're listening right now.
I saw them try to kill a chihuahua who was just there on some, like, just like side quest shit. And it was crazy. Like, they're trying to kill shorty chihuahua. But anyway, regardless, that's the first space I went in where it was like, all right, I'm like at a plateau. I'm not around like all the EMF frequencies of the world, and I'm not around like you can hear silence. You know what I'm saying? Like It's like the first time I had peace in years, like just being in a space where it was just like peaceful. Like I don't think you don't have to worry about money. Everybody's cooking for each other, and that was the first time I ate fully vegan for like 2 months. So I was up there eating vegan in this high altitude, and I was just like around all these, like everybody, all the women were there that were working there were from Indiana, but they all were like lesbians. So they, tatted up like cool chicks we just trimming weed and listening. Oh, that's what she had me up there doing, trimming weed. Oh,
they was growing weed up there?
Yeah,
hell yeah,
fire ass weed. Actually, it was the most organic weed I ever smoked.
I bet this shit was great.
Like growing weed on a mountain, that shit was crazy.
Oh man, but I gotta go.
I want to go back so bad.
I gotta go.
But anyway, bro, I didn't know about semen retention. Like I don't know about chakras. I don't know about nothing, bro. I'm just like up there experiencing. You can see that's the first time I saw the stars for real without light pollution. So it was just a lot of like peaceful happenings, and I was just like, man, I'm up here. I don't got shit to do, and I don't want to do some like monotonous shit like play video games on my phone and nothing. So I was like, I'm just gonna try and meditate. Found a meditation app. Started trying to meditate, and bro, when I came down from the mountain after about a month and a half, I was like, I gotta go home, change, do something, get different clothes. We're literally cooking. It's your night to do the dishes. You gotta cook. Tomorrow it's all vegan food. They got garden. It's really nice. Come down from the fucking mountain, and I'm like learning stuff. So I'm like, all right, what if I'm learning stuff about meditation? So I'm like, what if I combine? I just want to unlock my crown chakra. That's all I started learning when I was on the mountain. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do the mudra, and I'm just gonna listen to this binaural music that's like the crown chakra meditation music, like the frequency of it, like. And then I was just like, I'm gonna do the harmonic tonation, like the it's like ram yam. It's like there's different bands of wavelength, like like on bands of wavelength, like on the body it's a similar tone. Like you can feel it where it vibrates depending on the tone. Yeah. So it's like
that's when they say like the 808s lies in like your lowest chakra.
Yeah, I agree. Kanye had told that, but I never knew it till Kanye said it. But you can literally feel it. Like it's literally like in subatomic fucking particles. But the subatomic frequency. I mean, but anyway, I started doing that shit all at once, and I was hearing this. Like I'm sitting on the train like this way, and then how the train seats be this way though. Like if you like 2 seats here, 2 seats here, but people are facing this way. Right. I'm facing this way. I got the Michael Jackson. I got the COVID mask on before COVID. Like, cause I'm coming off the mountain. I got asthma. I'm like, I ain't trying to breathe that shit in. And also I had on glasses, so I'm like meditating like on some low shit. I'm not being loud. I'm just like just doing it real low and shit. Listen to this music, and then this white dude who looked like Santa Claus. I don't know. Nigga looked like Santa Claus, and I was just like, he was talking to this black woman across on the other seat, and he was just like leaning in, like very heartfelt, like listening to her story. And it was like she was just telling how she used to be on drugs and how she was like this drug addict and how she's like better now. And I was just hearing it over the music type shit, like this powerful. I could send you the meditation, powerful ass meditation binaural music. It was 2 hours long, so I'm just listening to this and I'm just hearing their conversation in pieces, like over the music, and it's like it's making my heart like go crazy, like my shit just going like I could literally. I'm thinking I'm gonna pass out if I don't. Like, if I freak out, I know I'm gonna pass out because I ain't never felt my heart beat that fast.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this shit. So I was just like, if he dies, he dies. And I was like, I'm just joking. But I was just like, damn, bro, I never felt nothing like that. And then
started levitating.
But I'm saying this is before I ever focused on visualization. This is before any of the school, anything. So this is like the antithesis of my journey, the beginning of the journey, the permanent like. So I literally was like, my heart beating crazy. I'm hearing them emote deeply, like you know what I'm saying, just in conversation. Like I ain't never seen people just emote. So
they're just
deeply.
Strangers. So.
Yeah, strangers emoting deeply. I'm start seeing like flashes of like things I was afraid of. Like it was almost like hologram. Like how you about to be in the VR. That's how that shit felt. Yeah. It was almost like. It was like I see like my mom dying of cancer. I saw like me fucked up in LA, like. Fucked up, like, and I saw so much shit that I was just like, and I remember just being like in my head, I don't know if I didn't say it out loud because I was humming, but I remember just being like in my mind, like, no. And then, bro, when I said that shit, you know, the Avatar, when the motherfucker was like, you know, he got all the powers and he was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Bro, I did one of those. I damn near was like,
was they looking at you like, what the fuck?
I was doing anally chopping that bitch, bro. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I didn't even know anally chopping existed at that time. But I was just like, bro. But I'm like, have a mask on and have glasses on. So I'm just like, I don't know, bro. And I saw a light in my head. I felt it too. I saw this like big booming light. And I thought I'd die. I was like, I'm dead, bro. It's over with.
On the train.
I thought I was like, damn, Ejaaz died on the train. Like, this nigga stupid. Like, I was just like, bro, this is crazy. I really thought I'd die. And then when I came back to reality, it was like, I was just like, huh. I was like laughing, but I was about to cry. Like, so I was like, when I referenced it later, I was like, oh, that's bliss or whatever. Because they say the 1,000-petal lotus, you know, you like experience bliss or whatever. So I didn't know why at that time. I was like, I didn't have the books I had until after I had this experience. So it's like, I literally thought like, did anybody see this? I look around, nobody's watching me. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody paid attention. I'm like, but then it was like, aurically, I felt bigger than my body. Like I felt like my electromagnetic spectrum, like when you touch the aux cord. Like I felt that shit was like, I felt that shit was like turn. So I was just like, I feel different, and I don't know why, but I know people are just gonna think I'm crazy. Like that's like how I felt. And then I even tried to tell my girl when I came home, like, yo, I seen a lot of shorty is just like stale face, ignoring me, like doing some shit, like not hearing me at all. And I'm just like, that's when I started to understand you can shift your polarity in the moment of like, you can allow people to like hurt you by not seeing you or, you know, receiving you, but or you could just like change your polarity and like, you know, like not take it serious. So I started to notice that because I was like, all right, let's just get in the jacuzzi. Like I just changed my mind like immediately. That was the first time that happened. So we go to this jacuzzi, right, on the roof. Got a jacuzzi on the roof, player shit.
Hell yeah.
But go inside the jacuzzi, fire same shit. Day, bro.
Yeah.
And this is like crazy. Same day, okay. So I go in the jacuzzi with my girl. We in the bathing trunks and shit. And there's already 2 people in there. We're like, okay, it must be people who live here. Get in there. It's like a blonde girl. She's like German or something. She cool, like platinum blonde. There's another dude who's just chilling there, like ponytail, like look like he's in his mid-30s maybe. And we sit down and we like introduce ourselves. Like, hey, how's it going? You know, we live here. How y'all doing? Dude's like, yeah, you know, we're just here on an Airbnb. And I remember asking him, like, where are you from? I think he told me, like, something like, oh, I'm from Colorado. And then I was like, bet. And then she's talking to the girl on the other side of the, you know, they're having their conversation. We're having ours. And he was just asking me what I was doing when I was here for music. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm here to do music. And he was like, oh, I run a weed company. You know what I'm saying? This and that. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. And I looked at his stomach. And he had a big tattoo. And I'm like, oh, it's a tattoo. I was like, what's that tattoo mean? He's like, oh, this is Metatron's cube. And I remember my dad told me about Metatron. Metatron's an angel. It's in like the Dead Sea Scrolls. My dad's like that type of dude. Told me like a lot of esoteric information at a young age. So it's like, but my dad would read heavy in the libraries and shit. Like he would just be in the library. So it's like, he told me about Metatron's cube as like a symbol That's like a geometric symbol, but it's also a representation of this angel that's supposed to exist in a dimensional aspect. So it's like, I was like, niggas don't just be knowing about this shit. And why the fuck do you got this tattoo on your stomach? Like, weird shit. But I was just like, something in me was like, that's just peculiar. But, you know, I don't remember exactly what my dad said. But, and bitch, my dad sounded like James Earl fucking Jones telling me before I came on this journey that he like, Ejaaz, LA's an old city. It's ancient. It's been here for way longer than Indianapolis. You're gonna see things that I've never seen. You know, my dad be laying this shit on heavy, like, bro, quest.
Oh,
like,
God, that's what I was gonna say. He's letting you know, bro. He's going on a journey.
That shit reference, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So he like telling me like he run a weed company. He was like, you wanna know a funny thing about this tattoo? He said he was like traveling, like selling weed, like pounds or something, traveling some pounds through like somewhere random, like Nebraska or some dumb shit, wherever Amish people be at. I don't know if it's Amish people or Mormons. One of those, Mormons or Amish. People who don't like electricity and shit. I don't remember what Mormons remember. I don't fucking
Mormons are like weird kind of cultish.
Okay,
Christian
no.
people.
So it was Mormons. It was Mormons then. It wasn't Amish. So he got pulled, because it's like Mormon cops. He got pulled over by some cops and they took him to the small ass jail. This is what he's telling me. This is the first time I'm meeting him. So I had an emotional reaction. That's all I'm like remembering this shit so vividly. It's like, he like, oh yeah, they put me on the wall and was trying to take my picture. And once they saw my tattoo, they just let me go. And I was like, like my spidey senses like getting a little tingly, like fucking with this guy. But it's like, all right, we cool. We in a jacuzzi. This shit cool. Like, you know. And then I was like, well, he opened with me. I'm just going to tell him, like, he seemed like mystical. I'm just going to tell him what happened to me today. Like, fuck it. I'm going to just tell him, like, I'm feeling free. So I just told him, like, hey, bro, you know, I was like, this crazy story. And I was just like, you want to know something crazy happened to me today? I was like, I seen this, like, light in my head. Like, I felt this light, and I seen it, and it was crazy, and I felt like I died type shit. But I was like, I don't know. His eyes kind of was like on some, like, what the fuck? And I was like, I kind of took note, like, what the fuck is this? Like, he kind of like, he knew some shit I didn't know. So I'm like, like, this shit turned into a really annoying, like, moment in my life that I'm just confused about. But anyway, he begins to tell me this wild ass shit. He just like, he's like, yeah, man, I've been in the weed industry a long time, but you know, he's like, have you ever like astral projected? And this is the first time I ever heard nobody say astral projection to me. Like, my dad never was like, but I'm pretty sure I used to astral project a lot as a kid. I used to remember my dreams, fly in my dreams.
Me too. I had a lot of that. Like, I remember my first, like, earliest dreams. I can't do it now. Like, I've been trying to tap into it with meditation and stuff.
You can do it with meditation. But
it's hard. Nah, bro. I don't
know why, or maybe just because you're more in theta and like alpha as a child. Like, you're more
like open to it. Happening.
The idea of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I be seeing niggas on TikTok do telekinesis, so anything's possible. But it's just like, I feel like, bro, okay, so he told me this. Just imagine a person telling you this, just in a jacuzzi, you just met them. This dude just like, yeah, you know, he's like, me and my homie, he just sell a lot of psychedelics and stuff. He's like, when I dream at night, like I can pretty much astral. I can go anywhere. I go to Egypt. I go everywhere. Like, I go everywhere in the world. And I was just like, that's crazy. He was like, yeah, my friend, you know, I started to be able to astral project real good because like me and my homie, he like had a bunch of shrooms, like tons, like hella pounds of shrooms. So we just did like shrooms every day for like a month straight. So I was like, stomach like a little bit low. I'm like, oh, that's not normal to be doing shrooms like every day for a month. Like, that's some wild shit to say, especially to somebody you don't know. But all right, bet. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro. And he's like, yeah. And then next month, you know, we did acid for a month straight, just like every day. Shit. I was like, blue. My stomach like, blue. I'm like, oh shit. Nah. I'm like, who is this nigga, bro? And then I was like, dang, I'm alarmed. I'm like. Yeah. I'm not showing it, but I'm
different to do acid every single day.
I ain't even did acid at all at that point, like none. So I was just like that's sick, bro. Like, how are you even cognitive? Like, I don't know.
I was like, bro, your brain chemistry has to be so fucking different after that month,
bro. But then guess what he says after that shit?
DMT for a month. Am I right?
No cap. The nigga just said, hey, my friend, he's like, my friend had the same guy, my best friend, he had like big rocks of DMT, and we just did DMT for a month straight, and after that, I could astral project anywhere in the world.
Nah, nigga, you
schizophrenic. My stomach sank. I was like, and something was telling me in my heart, like, get away from this nigga, get away from this nigga. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I listened to the conversation, I play back the conversation in my mind like a slow-mo, because I'm like looking, I'm just like, this is all the same day. So I'm just like looking in the jacuzzi. I'm like, after you tell me that, I kind of just looked down and I'm like, he told me he was from like Denver or something, but he told My girl asked, like interject the conversation. She's like, oh, where are you from? He said like Maryland or something random. You know what I'm saying? Like he said 2 different places.
Interesting.
Spooky shit.
So he's fucked up.
Bro, I literally was like, is he? I was like, nah, bro, I gotta get out the jacuzzi. Like, this is too much. And I done told him some shit. I'm like, bro, I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't even know this man, bro. So I literally was like, all right, bro. He's like, no, wait, let me get your number. He's like, I'm going to sponsor you for my weed company. Like, I was like, I'll get your number. What's your number? And then, mind you, these people are Airbnb-ing at this. They don't even live in my apartment. They're Airbnb. Like, they're just visiting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. You're not even supposed to Airbnb at that time. Like there wasn't the permits and shit that exist now. So it's like niggas was just getting money on the side, whether get your rent, whatever. But I'm just like, you don't even live here, bro, and you over here telling me this crazy shit in the jacuzzi. That night, go to sleep, bro. Bruh, this is like the craziest story of my life, and I damn near want to write a book about it. But
side quest.
Somebody gonna steal my shit. Fuck y'all if you steal it. But bro. Went to sleep that night, just like I told her. I'm like, we got back to the room. I'm like, did he tell you he was from? She's like, yeah, he's from like Maryland. I was like, that nigga told me you from Denver. I'm like, that shit crazy. I'm like, I'm never calling this man like ever. And I just felt weird, like I feel like your spirit, guys, your whatever you're connected to in a benevolent way, damn near does trigger you through like emotional response. Like at times if you can't read, the spiritual aspect of somebody. So it was like, bro, I shook this nigga hand, all that shit. I'm like, bro, I gotta get the fuck out. So we in the house, right? I go to sleep that night, bro, and I wake up at the same time as we both wake up at the same time.
You and your girl?
Yeah, and we hearing like scratching on the ceiling, like.
Oh nah.
Like shit like that on the ceiling. We got high ass ceilings, like 18-foot ceiling, like it's a high rise apartment. And we in the bedroom, so we hearing it in like the living room, like the scratching like on the ceiling, bro. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is that? She's like, she said you were struggling like while you were sleeping. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I woke up like probably like 30 minutes ago and she's like, your hand was in the air while you were sleeping. She said your hand was over your chest and you were like sweating. She said your hand was in the air over your chest while you were asleep and you were sweating. And she said, I moved your hand and you look like, you turned over. And I was like, you're fucking lying. I was like, you're lying. She's like, no, I swear. I was like, bro, quit lying. Like, why would you lie about some shit like that? She's like, I'm not lying. I'm like, we still hearing the scratching. I'm like, well, we got to deal with the fucking scratching. I don't even want to think about some shit I did autonomously while I was fucking asleep. But as a kid, I did have like night terrors and shit. You feel me? Like yelling in sleep, like talking to my brother while I was asleep and get him to get like, I don't even remember shit sometimes. And then yelling in this nigga ear like when I'm a child. Like if weird shit would happen. I've seen ghosts as kids or whatever. So I'm hearing this fucking scratching on the wall. We both hearing it. We both looking at each other like, hell no. So we turn on the light, nigga. Get up. Then we go into the kitchen. I'm talking about as soon, like, it's like this. It's like back bedroom, like little closet, armoire. And then it's like little bathroom with shower. And then it's like big open space, kitchen attached. Like it's like big open living room. So we like going past the fucking.
Y'all got a flashlight? You got a lantern?
Nah, nigga, we going in the dark like bathroom. We just keep hearing scratching. We don't know if it's coming from the others. Like, why would somebody be up at 3 a.m. scratching the floor? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. So we literally was like, turn on the light. I'm talking about in between when the light came on and while it was dark, like in between the dark and the light. I saw some like Dementor ass shit on the fucking roof, like, and I don't know if that's because my dimensional awareness happened from seeing the light or whatever, or having my Kundalini awakening or whatever niggas call it.
Kundalini?
Yeah, Kundalini awakening or whatever.
Sound like that when I studied Italian dish.
You gotta study that shit, slime.
I do, bro.
It's ancient, actually.
Bro, you gotta put me on, bro.
I could put you down on some books, but
right, after this,
there's so many different chakra systems for so many different ancient like I'm Cherokee on both sides of my family, so they have like even a Cherokee chakra system. Like but I was just paying attention to the normal one because when I like, do you see the sun and like, do you see colors? I see all the colors in the rainbow when I sit in the sun. Like if I sit there, I see red, yellow, green, and then when I like really get deep into breathing meditation, I just see purple, and it's like a wave of purple. So I don't know. I used to see colors as a kid. I swear I saw the wind once when I was a kid. Nobody believed me. Like crazy shit would happen to me, bro. So anyway, motherfucking shit, Dementor shit that I seen in between, bruh. I seen some Dementor like wispy ass, fucking scary ass shit like upside down on the ceiling, like in between. And as soon as we turn on the light, no more scratching.
Oh hell no.
So, bro, we said a prayer and we went the fuck to sleep, cuddled up hard in a bitch.
You get the Bible,
bruh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had a Bible, but Nigga, I woke up the next day. Guess what? Sick as a dog. Like gobs and gobs of snot. Like and I didn't even have a stuffy nose. Gobs and gobs of snot. Like just like green gobs. Like I don't know if this shit coming from my brain. I'm like, was I high up on the mountain too long? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking my brain is like expelling mucus for some reason, but I just felt physically horrible. Like physically feeling like I was getting drained. Like as I had to go back up to the mountain. She like, you too tired? I'll go with you. I want to see the wolves and all the shit I was telling her. Let's take the one train. Once we take the little 20-minute train to the next, we got to wait like 30, 40 minutes for the other train because it wasn't there for some reason. Or it was like running late or it wasn't ready or some shit. And I was getting so weak and weaker like as I'm waiting for the train, bro. I was feeling so horrible. Like I don't think I felt that like drained in my life before. And I started hearing shit, bro. I started hearing shit like broad daylight, like
Oh,
like, no, bro, I swear to God. Bro. Put that on my soul, put that on my kids, put that on my family,
was a ghost,
bro.
That you saw.
All I'm saying is I started hearing shit. They call that clear audience.
Was the dude still there that you saw in the jacuzzi?
He was still staying in the Airbnb, but I can tell you a story about later when I saw him months later. Creepy shit, I have to tell you, but I never even told nobody about that part of the story. But I seen him again and bro. So anyway, I'm sick as fuck waiting for this train. My girl like still kind of ignoring the fact that I told her all this crazy shit happened to me yesterday, and then she still kind of ignoring the fact that my hand was fucking levitating over myself and over my heart while I was fucking sleeping and I was sweating and struggling. So we just at this point where I'm just like, damn, I'm hearing shit. I don't want to tell her I'm hearing shit. So I'm like, I'm just on Reddit on all these shits like what happens when you see a light in your head? What happens when you see a light in your head? What happens? I'm looking at all this. I'm like, bro, I'm going to some weird ass websites like I never knew existed, and I'm seeing forums of people talking about it, and they're like, help, I open my crown chakra, like help, I was like, I keep hearing voices, I keep seeing shit, sitting shadows and like crazy shit. I'm like, oh no, bro. I was like, what did I do? I was so scared. And because I was hearing, it wasn't like constant, but it was just be like, what the fuck was that? Like, bro, I was hearing shit. And I found something. The train came, and I found something like right before I got on the train at like a Reddit or something. And I don't have the Reddit app, so I was online looking at Reddit and shit. And bro, it was basically I found this person, I don't know, anonymous person, and they was just like, in order to close the crown chakra, because they say if you open the crown chakra before your lower chakras are balanced, entities or like people or not people but spiritual entities or dimensional entities can see that you're open in that way, and they can like, I don't know if it was like possession or just infiltrate your spiritual, like your body, kind of like you can be damn near like kind of like terrorized or possessed or whatever. So I was like, damn, I ain't never read no shit like this on the internet. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, no. I'm like so scared, bro. And then I like, it's like, and then I was like, how you close this? But he wrote it, and he's like, how you close the crown chakra is like you envision. So that's where the visualization shit started coming in. Like he said, you envision the light subsiding like inward, like envision the same white light, just envision it like subsiding, like turning back into like dark, whatever. Like envision it subsiding. And I did that. I did the same meditation for 2 hours while she was asleep, falling asleep. I did the same meditation for 2 hours. I envisioned the crown. I did the same mudra, same tone, but I was just envisioning it closing. And when I got to the mountain, got to get there, take the Uber up to the mountain. I'm tired of shit, still doing film and shit, whatever. Ate dinner with the camp. Went to sleep under the stars, watching, campfire or whatever.
But did they ask like why you're back?
I was up there to get my check. Like they knew I was coming back. I needed that money. But so basically we sleeping in this like army tent. It's like a treehouse tent. It's like hard as fuck. It's like, they got a river thing, and it's crazy, bro. It's a beautiful like piece of land, to be honest. And I can't wait to visit again because it changed my life. Like, and I woke up the next day and I didn't hear any more voices. So as I and like, it's just like I could go into my family dynamic as far as like aspects of that I've seen in my family, and I met an elder who taught me more about the dynamics that I went through here in Indiana. He told me a lot about it, but be that as it may, I feel like after that I took the spiritual shit serious. I was like, nobody told me in Christianity this shit was nigga like what? Like my underpinning in Baptist Christianity, I'm like, this shit is not in there, bro. Nobody talking about you seeing color. I used to ask people, do you see colors? Like, I remember I even asked the Uber driver, like, it was was a cool Uber driver. He had binaural music. He made binaural music. Just a random Uber, random. And he was playing. He's like, I make this music. I make a lot of money online. All this binaural music. I was like, oh, I'll follow it. Like, I love binaural music. And I was like, bro, do you see colors like when you meditate? He was like, I've never seen colors. He's like, oh, I hear voices though. I was like, oh shit. So that's the second person. I'm like, clairaudience is a thing for people, but I'm more of visual. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's clairaudience, there's like clairvoyance. I'm more of a clairvoyant. Like, I can visualize things and it come to pass usually. But be that as it may, bruh, was on the mountain, got my little money young, came off the mountain, and I realized like, oh, like she not seeing me, so we probably not gonna be together like in the future. So I started working on my root chakra. Like for a week, I worked on my root chakra until it felt balanced, and then I went up. I just kept going up and going up and going up, and then my heart took like 3 weeks like to balance. I never felt like what it felt like to balance the chakra until I really sat there and really like did, like, it's almost like just how people wholeheartedly believe in Christianity. It's like you go through some shit you can't explain, and nobody in Christianity can explain to you what you went through. All you can do is look to like Sadhgurus and people like that dude named Sadhguru. I don't know if you know him, but he's like an Indian guy. He went through the same thing at 25 years old. He saw a light in his head too. So it's like I started finding other people and getting books, and I was finding a lot of great teachers and books to study. And at that time, that's why I was getting deep into visualization. That's when I was like, let me just try. Let me see if I can get a diamond, let me see if I get this manager, I would meditate on it, get on their live, send me, I got their email. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I would just do like, bruh, shit works. I don't care what nobody talking about. Wow. But I think you just gotta have the will type shit. You gotta have, also, I think it's a bloodline thing, bro. I don't know. Like, my grandfather, who passed away, David Collins, he was a preacher. My other grandfather, like, it's just be like, we got Cherokee on both sides. You don't know how deep this Cherokee shit run because it's been erased. It's like, it's hard to like feel connected to something when you don't know your lineage, or you don't know, nobody cares to even, I just remember my great great grandmother telling me as a kid that we were Cherokee. But then it's like, now I went to our land, it's in Alabama, and we got, I could see it in the cheekbones of my cousin, you know what I'm saying? I could see the shit. And then when you look at the old maps of how America used to be, like where Cherokee was, Alabama area, I mean, like, it's trippy, bro.
I would love to explore something like that. Yeah. That's funny, though. My family's also a bit Cherokee.
Yeah, bro. That's probably why
both on my dad's and my mom's side.
Yeah, so that's probably, but I see him, bro, it's like, it's almost like Africans in LA, they'll be like, oh, when you see like a Nigerian, your people when you see them, like you'll know. Sometimes it'd be the nails, sometimes it'd be like, it just be different things. Like even if you were like German, you would meet a German person, you'd be like, oh, I could see kind of like similar genetic, like genetic things that we have is similar. So it's like, I've been around so many Africans from Africa, and I'm like, bruh, y'all nails is big as hell. Like we look totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like just not on some like divisive shit, just like, wow, like I'm really getting cultured. Like I'm like learning through different events I was going to and all type of stuff. But after I had learned how to balance all my chakras, and like I was ready and not scared to open my crown chakra again, like that's when like anything I was visualizing would be like, just like, and don't mean you can't fall from out of that space either. You still have to maintain it. But it's just like, bruh, it's like, it's just real. And the sun has a lot to do with it. Like, I don't know why. For me, maybe because I'm a Leo and the sun, fire, or whatever. But the sun in LA is so different, bro. You're going to feel what I'm talking about.
Huge, bro. And that's why y'all need to stream Dandelion.
Let's just stream the Dark Star. No, but yeah, I mean, I feel like my music I'm learning myself through my music, but it's also like, I was going through shit, bro. Like all through these albums, like I got like 1,600 songs on my, like from 2010 to now, like a lot of songs, and maybe some of them are finished, some of them are just beats, some of them are skeletons, some of them are fleshed out. But throwing paint that many times, and then just experience and being able to articulate the experiences that you're going through, like that's what my shit is more like, what I'm experiencing. So I wanted to get out Dandelion last year, but it's like I just didn't feel like my experience was adding up to what I was trying to deliver. So it's just like, I even have other albums. Like I got an album I'm working on called Sailor Goon. I got 500 Days of Meditation. I got so many albums of concepts. And 500 Days of Meditation is like based off of 500 Days of Summer. I love that movie. Good indie movie. Rom-com. But romantic comedy. But also all this to say is like, nobody is wrong for whatever spiritual beliefs they have or whatever. I know karma's real. I know a lot of things that some people don't believe in. It's very real to others. So it's all about your.
We was just talking about that. Me and my family was just talking about that. My cousins came from out of town, Chicago, Sunday, for because I'm going to college and my cousin's also going to college. So we're like, oh, we gotta
college party slime.
Yeah, kinda. And we were all just chilling on the porch and we were talking about my grandma's like really Christian. I consider myself Christian.
Yeah, I have an underpinning for sure.
Yeah, and we were just talking about, and my mom's not. Mm-hmm. She's not. She doesn't tie herself to religion.
Respectfully.
And she was talking. We were just talking. Yeah, we were talking. She was like, "Well, all religion is kind of worshiping the same God, but it's not. It's all religions were formed by a man trying to obtain a goal. Mm-hmm. And once they obtain a goal, they're like, oh, these type of rituals worked for me. And exactly. It's like these type of and then all the around the world, these type of different rituals, people would just work together to make these one things. And once you set your mind to do something like that, like, oh, I do this and this and this is going to get me to this goal. It works. It works because there is some type of magical being or energy that allows that to happen. But I don't know if anyone can say they're right. And that's why I think meditation, just sitting there, nothing. And then it just is. And that's why it's just, I don't know. It's just like, that's one I think I'll pick. Mm-hmm. But you can pick any one. Any single one.
What you think,
work.
Bro?
Yeah, what you think?
I know you just heard some crazy shit. You like, damn, Ejaaz fucking crazy. Yeah, bro. But I feel like the craziest shit leads you on like, bro, like when Kanye was really like, when he was in Africa, he was like, I just freestyle. You remember when Kanye was in Africa with his dad and he was like in the snow globe and shit? Y'all remember that? Bro, I just remember like when Kanye was about to drop Yandi and he was kind of in that space where he was just like creating from the ether. He's just like, bro, I feel it. Like, I don't need material. It was trippy, bro. Like, I just feel like there's certain artists that it's more than the music, bro. It's just like, it's literally like we're compelled to create.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's how you should feel. You should feel. Just like.
But think about God. God, like the ultimate creative.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, fuck it.
Imagining shit and poofing shit and just like poof, poof.
Yeah.
This shit will be dope. Let me experience it. Let me forget I'm fucking God and be Jesus for a while. Yeah. Like, bruh, you tripping, brother? Even that sounds crazy. Like, how 3 dudes? So it's like, it just be interesting. The 3 dudes were the same dude.
Yeah.
So like,
and then now we're here.
Respectfully.
In the Audubon Records podcast. Highly sober podcast. I think that's
so
a good place.
Sober. I haven't been smoking.
Yeah, I'm actually sober for this episode too. So.
Yes. Praise God.
Everybody's sober here. We're just sober. This is the Sober podcast.
Super sober.
But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Ejaaz, for coming.
Thank y'all for having me. It was my first podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. We got to link back up in like a year.
I'm a cornucopia. I got experience and stories. Yeah. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
much
we got
love.
hella studio stories. I bet you could tell. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. Free slime. Oh god.
Yeah.
Make sure to tune in to Days Will Get Better. I just dropped. Go listen to that.
I'm on the album.
He is on the fire, no pressure. But yeah, man, make sure y'all drink water, stay blessed, and love each other.
Peace.